Everyone is you pushed out. What does that mean? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. Everyone is you pushed out means that if you are thinking nonstop depressing thoughts, your life is going to be full of depression. If you are thinking nonstop of how many times your ex-boyfriend's cheated on you, then you are going to be identifying with the lady who always gets cheated on. And even when you do see an opportunity arise where it's actually a great guy, you are going to look for any reason to believe the contrary. Oh no, he's just saying that because he's playing games. And oh, he's too hot for me. I have to get an ugly guy to make sure that he's more trustworthy. It's nonsense, okay? Everyone is you pushed out is proof that you are a god and you are so damn powerful that all it takes is a simple event for you to feel pain, and then all of a sudden that becomes the construct of your life over and over and over again, and you keep recycling the same bullshit because that's all you know, right? If you were to just use that same power that you have, where you keep looking at the past and you keep reminiscing on what could have been, and okay, this is the proof why I'm such a loser. This is a proof why I cannot spend all that money on my business because my parents told me that money's too hard to get by. Nonsense, okay? Before you created that limited belief where money was hard to get by, or before you got into those relationships where you were cheated on. Ladies, gentlemen, it does not matter. You had a clean slate, a clean canvas. And because you didn't understand the way reality works, and because you didn't have any experiences, just like when God created the world and he said, let there be light, there wasn't light. But you see, if God wanted to, he could say, let there be darkness, and then here comes the darkness, right? When he is ready, he will put an end to this earth, right? Well, you can put an end to your current earth and create a new one, okay? We talk, we have Avengers Doomsday coming up. Dr. Doom is planning on making Battle World. You can create your own world, guys. A new one. Start from scratch. I remember I used to play video games when I was younger, and honest to God, the reason why I quit is because I suck at it. And I swear to God, one of the things about sport games is that you can always, like if you're playing against the comp, you can always restart. I would play a lot of MLB, I would play a lot of Madden, and I would get like 2 interceptions, and I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm going to restart it again. All right. Quarter 1 for the millionth time, right? And I used to remember thinking to myself, I need to stop doing this because there's no redos in reality. You cannot change the past. But what if I told you you could? What if I told you that because everyone is you pushed out, and maybe you got cheated on 5 times in a row, or maybe you got blocked by a specific person? What if I told you that you can shift to the reality where none of that happened? And what if I told you if it is easy as snapping your damn finger? This is how you do it. I'm not going to be one of those coaches who's going to just force you to go into the links in the description and say that's the way you would change your life. If you actually listen to what I say in this video, you won't need any coaching. Yes, I have coaching, but that's at the end of the video. But if you actually listen to the fucking content, you will get the specific person of your dreams, the reality of your dreams. Go back and think of a memory that fucking sucks. You got cheated on. No, tell yourself and imagine, close your eyes and imagine that you were the one that cheated on them. Close your eyes and imagine you two guys at the altar, and your groom or your bride is so happy to be with you, and you're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I can do better. Right? Or if it's an ex that you want back, imagine you guys are in the rocking chair playing with your grandkids who are playing with their new iPhone 60, right? But whatever you want to do, you don't want to admit what happened in the past, because it's not lying to yourself when you think of the memory differently. Scientists have actually proven that when you remember a memory differently, maybe you won't get a time machine and go back in time and erase it, but the same chemical reactions in your body that would happen if you actually had perfect success with relationships, or you did not have that childhood trauma, the same way your body would react if you had that perfect life is the way it's going to react now if you just simply go in your mind and tell a different story, right? So the way to make everyone as you pushed out work for you, revise your past, and every single day, every single moment, every single second, every single hour, I want you to watch your steps carefully and really ask yourself, what the version of me who had my SP, my physical appearance change, my money, the career, etc., 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 would be doing this A, B, C, or D if I was that identity right now. And the more you do that, the more you won't have to be doing it every single damn second of the day, and it'll become natural, right? Or if you don't want to do it like that, just whenever you make a mistake, whenever you double text or you break no contact, which by the way, there's no such thing as no contact because you're always in contact. Without transmission, they see you the way you see yourself. So in a way, you're not going to do yourself any favors by listening to all these dating coaches that say, just do the 30-day technique and you can reach out to your ex. No. I'm over here talking like a motorcycle. Guys, you are the only important person in your fucking reality. Don't ever forget that. But another way you can do it is to call everything in your life that you don't like, the circumstances with your romantic life, your bank account, in fucking negative. Say, well, look, I'm looking at my Wells Fargo application right now and it shows nothing but negativity. But that's an old timeline, okay? That's not a timeline that I'm a part of anymore. I'm on the timeline where Jeff Bezos has me on speed dial, where I have so much damn money that CEOs are intimidated by me, even at the thought of me, right? My name is always in Wall Street Journal, right? I'm on the Forbes list, etc., 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 right? So call everything in the 3D circumstances that you don't want to have anymore as just a separate timeline, okay? Just the same way that we're about to see in the new Avengers, and I keep using it because honestly I think it's a beautiful analogy, not just because I'm a Marvel guy, okay, but just the same way that we're talking about, okay, well, there's going to be the X-Men universe, but then there's going to be the Spider-Man universe, but there's going to be 3 Spider-Mans because there's one Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire and then another one with Andrew Garfield, another one with Tom Holland. There is different Spider-Mans of you. There's different versions of you, and whenever you simply deny the 3D circumstances that are not in your favor, even if they've been like that the whole time, even if you were to tell somebody unhingedly, no, I actually am I'm a fucking millionaire, even if you're homeless, right? You are choosing that right now, and that's what must be, okay? As a matter of fact, using that homeless guy as an example, we've heard of plenty of situations where someone who didn't have any money, who was broke, who was living in their car, all of a sudden hit it big just because they didn't act like, you know, all hope is lost and I want to off myself because I'm such a loser and because, you know, I have to admit that, well, if this is what the 3D is showing me, then fuck, dude. I mean, I'm just going to sit on my lazy ass and, you know, just hope and pray that somebody saves me from this rut. No. That's nonsense. No one's going to save you but yourself, but that's actually not that shouldn't be a burden to hear. That's the most amazing news ever. You want to talk about the gospel? That's the gospel. You are the God of your reality. All you have to do is decide right now. So everyone as you pushed out is just the realization that however you see yourself, That's not only the way that people are going to see you when you're walking down the street or when you wear that tuxedo to the party. It's not just about attraction. This goes deeper than that. It's the way you see your life. If you see that no matter what your bank account says, you are the most valuable entity in this planet, well then people are going to look at you differently. Your bosses, money, everything. I mean, I've had weeks being a manifestation coach where I would focus too much on numbers, and that's when the numbers were dropping. And then when I just fucking started listening to my Monarch 250s, which are like a very expensive audiophile headphone, which is like my version of, you know, shooting pool or playing basketball with the buddies. That's what I like to do as a hobby, right? And when I was just focusing on having fun and enjoying my life, it's like dollar signs fucking everywhere. The sales were boosting. And why? Because you'd be surprised the power in putting a smile on your face internally rather than externally. Okay? So again, guys, I even remember times when I was so excited to get my fucking PlayStation Portable. And I mean, even in elementary, I was fucking crushing on babes, right? I mean, geez Louise. I mean, the player days were beginning early, right? But even then, right? If I was so distracted with my PlayStation Portable and being able to play WWE SmackDown versus Raw on that shit, just the fact that I was fantasizing about that rather than babes, it's like, I mean, girls were giving me love letters in my fucking cereal box during lunch. It's like, guys, this is what happens when you stop focusing on money, when you stop focusing on your SP and you start focusing on yourself. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's deeper than that. You don't just tell yourself, I'm going to focus on myself, but then continuously checking their Instagram on refresh. No. You got to make yourself your own idol. Start telling yourself things like, everywhere I go, they lay the red carpet for me. People have life-size posters of me on their wall that they pray and bow down to every single night. I mean, if you have been talking so much crap about yourself every single time you're in traffic and you get red lights, oh, my life sucks. If you're going to exaggerate like that, why not fucking do that, but for your own good? Okay? So if you guys want to manifest a physical appearance change, money, career, love, or a specific person, book a call with me. My information is down below.